One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Wake your ass up, fool. JOHNJay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog. Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom. What you gonna do? JOHNJay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to JOHNJay and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
JOHNJay and Rich, jump on the air with us right now. 877-937-1047. Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. My son was born today.
Aw, happy birthday, Jake.
22 years ago today.
Wow, that is hard to believe.
I know. Remember, I was in Yuma, and I called into the radio show. We have the clip. I love this clip, and I hate this clip at the same time. Because I was like crying, but also in shock that I had a kid. You know what I mean? Do you have it?
Live from Yuma, Arizona. It's JOHNJay. What's going on?
Hey, dude.
Tell us what's going on.
It's done. It's over. Little Jake Javier was born at 7:37.
Right on. Tell us some stuff. How much did he weigh? How long?
He was 7.2 pounds, 18 inches. He has big hands, big feet, a whole head of hair, and he's beautiful and pink. I don't know what any of that means.
When do you guys get to go over and see him and all that stuff?
I think at 2 or 3, and he had that ABGAR score of a 9.5,
which is good. That's
the
what
highest
you want,
you
right?
get is 10.
Excellent.
So that's a dish.
So precious.
That was the last time I cried. And then Rich went into a stupid song.
I did not. I went into a song about the birth of a child. How could that be stupid?
I called back and said, why'd you go into that song? That was stupid.
You would complain, JOHNJay.
Of course.
Anyway, he's 22 years old today. It's pretty crazy. Time flies.
At the time, that song was big. It was Creed. Arms wide open.
That wasn't the song you went into?
It is. What's hilarious about that is now that song is like a huge viral thing.
Yeah,
but just right now, 22
Took
years
you
later.
You're 22 years ahead of everybody.
I was a little bit ahead of it.
Hey, so get this. My body hurts right now, like my neck and my back. You know, ask Kyle why. Why? Ask me why.
How come?
Oh,
What
let me
for?
tell you. Let me tell you why. So my friend Chris, the guy that trains me to become friends, he wanted to buy a pickup truck. So I said he wanted a Ford, and I was like, I happen to know the owner of a Ford dealership.
Who?
Pat Hickey. So, and he's a friend of mine, been on vacation with the dude a few times. I said, I bet I can get you a great deal. You know, I really believe that. And I go, in fact, I'll even go there. I'll go with you. I'll meet you there. So I met him at the Ford dealership, and he wants his car, a truck called a Maverick. It's like the small truck.
Those are killer.
Yeah. So Pat, gives him this sweet deal, and he wants this one truck, and Pat doesn't have it. It's a little upgrade. It's an XLT. And as we're sitting there talking, he goes, I really like a gray one. Pat literally gets notified that one just got dropped off in their other lot. That exact car that my friend Chris wants. So Pat's like, hey, wait a second. Today's your lucky day. He goes, let me get in the car with me. So Pat is in an F-150. I get in the front seat. And I'm like, I'm going to film this. So I grab my phone, and Pat's driving. I hit record, and I'm in the pickup truck. And I'm turned sideways. I'm filming Pat. He slams on the gas, right? So my head goes back. Then he slams on the brake. Then my head goes forward. Then he slams on the gas, and then my head goes back. Then he slams on the brake, and he's doing it over and over and over, where I can't get to laugh, to be funny, as my whole body's banging back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. He's like, ha, 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 like this obnoxious laugh, and like literally I have neck pain now. I have been
like you were in a car wreck.
He called me last night. He goes, how's your back feel, buddy? I go, it hurts. He goes, send me the bill. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man? Yeah. So anyway, my friend got a car.
Well, at least that's good.
That's
I put
exciting.
my body in jeopardy for my friend to get a car, to get that truck. And then because he slammed on the brakes, my thumb hit the record button off. So I don't have me getting
the
banged
proof.
and forth.
You don't have evidence, yeah.
Yeah, but the car, because, Pat has a car salesman in the car with us. That guy caught part of it. He goes, I got it on film, but he didn't. He only got the tail end of it. But literally my whole left side of my neck hurts. And it'll be frustrating for me.
You know what would be funny is if you actually went and got a whole bunch of treatments and actually sent him the bill.
Yeah, I used another one of his clients, Lerner and Rowe, to sue him.
I don't care how bad you hurt. You still have to come with us schwanding today. So don't use this
No excuses.
to get out of it.
No, if I was going to use that, if I was going to get out of going to the Waste Management Open today with the whole show, I would have gone to go see Jake in Tucson today. That was my plan, So,
How is he celebrating? Does he want to go out to bars? What's he want to do?
I don't know what he wants to do. Probably nothing. But we're going to go. He's coming home tomorrow. We're going to go to dinner Saturday. I wanted to go. I've never been outside of my son Kemp because he's in Hawaii. I've missed a kid's birthday without being there with them. But ever since Kemp's in Hawaii and I haven't been able to be there, it's kind of okay. You know what I mean?
It's a little different.
It's the different chapter. It's a new
It is.
chapter in your parenting life.
It is very much so.
22 is a chill birthday anyways. It's like
It is?
the anticlimactic one. Yeah,
Good. That makes you feel better that you say it because you're like the queen of all birthdays.
I love a good birthday, but after 21, nah. It's only really fun once you get to 30, I feel like.
At 25,
I'm
you
on
can
my
rent a
way.
car. That's kind of fun.
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but
Then
then you get
after that-
off your parents' insurance, so it's like
That's so annoying.
So, he's going to move back, I think in May or June. And we thought we'd be empty nesters, right? Because Dutch going to school in August. And Blake was like, well, so I guess it doesn't look like we're going to be empty nesters. And I go, why doesn't he get an apartment and a job? Why does he have to live here? I'm all for it, but
He's probably going to want an apartment.
he can go do
I
that.
know. It'll probably be it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, he'll move in, he'll be there for a month and be like, get me out of here.
Maybe because he likes to stay up late, but he also loves to just play Monopoly with his friends all night.
Being home is hard to resist. You guys got a nice joint. I would want to hang out there. Good food. You got the
True.
big TV.
Free food.
Yeah, your mom's
You're in
taking care of
college.
you.
That's a big deal.
Anyway, happy birthday, boy. Kyle, what's coming with 3 things you need to know?
I'll tell you what experts say you can add into your life or make sure you have each day to make more perfect days in your year. And that's coming up next with JOHNJAY and Rich.
Here we go. I wake up with them. Get up. Johnjay and Rich.
Kyle, what do you got? 3 things we need to know.
President Donald Trump plans on attending the big game this Sunday between Kansas City and Philadelphia. It's in New Orleans. He will be the first sitting president to do this.
Oh, really?
Now, this year's Super Bowl is already going to have heightened security, with the event coming less than 6 weeks after a January 1st terrorist attack in New Orleans that left 14 dead. And with Trump now attending, security will likely be increasingly amped up.
What's happened in the past? The presidents just stood?
No, I don't think they go to the game.
They
I
don't
think
actually go to the game.
There's
You
usually a
said
video
sitting president.
message.
Sitting president. I was like, the rest of them just stand on the sidelines? No?
Sometimes, JOHNJAY, I can't with you. I can't.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Okay. It was headlines yesterday morning, actually. But as the day went on and we got to find out more information about it, it was like, what? So Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, right? He got arrested for a DUI, possession of cocaine, and resisting arrest. And that alone as a headline is like, oh my gosh. But then they started releasing body cam footage, and he did name drop his dad, maybe possibly an effort to get out of it after he was being approached by the cops. He had his hands in his pockets, and they were like, need to take your hands out of your pockets. He's like, I don't have anything in my pockets. I'm not a threat. And maybe to tell them he wasn't a threat, then he wanted to let them know who he was.
I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home, and I made a wrong turn. Okay? And clearly, we would just like to get our car off of the train track. We throw this thing in reverse.
Well, I've already got concerns for your level of impairment anyways, okay? So that's why. Because I can smell alcohol coming from you, and you're on train tracks.
Okay, he literally had his Lamborghini SUV stuck on the train tracks. That's not just a wrong turn, buddy.
You can hear it in his voice, too. He's like,
yeah.
But the Michael Jordan son, I have to be, if I was the cop, I'd be like, for real? Get your dad on FaceTime right now. Get your dad on FaceTime.
He was released early yesterday morning, and I'm sure he'll have to face some legal backlash or, I guess, consequences, if you will. Now, if you want to have the perfect day, they figured out the things it would take for you to have a perfect day. And once you know this, you can add these things in and have more perfect days throughout your year. So America's perfect day includes 3 hours of movies or TV, a nap, at least an hour with your pets, 3 hours of quality time with your family, and 1.5 hours just being on your phone, just scrolling away. Part of that is a perfect day. Make sure you get 7 hours of sleep because that's also included in what would be required to have a perfect day. And include about an hour and a half dedicated to whatever your hobbies are. So crafting or basketball or just getting out there and hiking and whatnot. Those things, if you compile them into a day, let's say you have a weekend day with nothing planned. Plan this, and it will be your perfect day.
I think you left something out of that when I was reading this morning. It said also an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes of listening to JOHNJay and Rich.
Yeah, how could I forget that?
I feel like that's like a really busy day.
I know. There's a lot going on, but it's all good things,
got a
so
nap
that's
in
why it's
there.
perfect.
You're
I
fine.
guess.
You can
And
nap.
that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton, what's the vibe for predictions?
I'm going to tell you the weekend song that matches your vibe best based on your zodiac sign.
877-937-1047. So this horoscope's all about the weekend. Lynette, good morning.
Morning.
What's your sign?
My son's an Aquarius, and I'm a Leo.
Ooh, okay. I'm a Leo too, so let's hit Aquarius for your son. Okay, so Aquarius, the weekend song that is for you is I Feel It Coming.
Featuring Jeff Hooked.
Such a good song. Aquarius, the universe is sending you a sign and your big moment is coming. You've been putting in the work and now it's time for some recognition. Trust that things are falling into place and prepare yourself for a wave of success that's on the horizon. So good vibes for my Aquarius today.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes, pass it along to your son. I'm
Thanks,
sure he'll love
Lynette.
it.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You want to do Leo since she's a Leo and you're a Leo?
Yeah, okay. So for Leos, the weekend song for us is Starboy. Just a hit. Leos, we are shining like a star this week. Confidence is at an all-time high, and we are ready to take on the world. Channel that Starboy energy and strut through whatever challenges come your way. Just be careful not to burn too bright. People are watching, and we want them to remember us for the right reasons.
Good morning, Megan. What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, Megan, my Sagittarius, the weekend song for you is called The Morning.
Make that money rain as they taking off their clothes. Order plane tickets, Cali is the mission. Visit every month like I'm split life living.
Yeah, Sagittarius, The Morning has you feeling optimistic and ready to take on the world. So after a period of introspection, it's time to move forward with some fresh energy today. Embrace new beginnings and trust that the universe has your back, even if you can't see the whole picture yet.
Perfect. Never heard of that song, but it works.
Yeah, I'm like, go listen to it. I'm like, that's like some of the weekend's best music, I feel like, when he's on chill.
Thanks, Megan. Kevin, good morning. What's your sign?
Virgo.
Ooh, just like Johnjay. Okay, Virgos, the weekend song for you is called Heartless.
Cause I'm heartless, and I'm back to my ways cause I'm heartless. All this money and this pain got me heartless. More life cause I'm heartless.
Virgos, you've been feeling a little detached lately, and Heartless is probably speaking to you. This week is your week to focus on self-care and releasing the emotional baggage that's been weighing you down. So it's okay to prioritize yourself for once and don't feel guilty about it.
All right, Kevin. Come over to my house. Let's do some skincare together.
I'm down.
All right, have a great day, Kev.
You too.
Shanae, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I look forward to seeing y'all later. I'm excited.
Are you at the Waste Management Open right now?
I am.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'll be there later today. You are awesome. And Shanae's a Gemini. Shanae, okay, let's do Gemini.
Okay, Gemini, Shanae, the weekend song for you guys is called Can't Feel My Face.
Well, what I'm having. Hey,
What's she doing where she can't feel her face?
Listen, probably
Right.
things that she shouldn't be doing, but I feel like this is so fitting because my Geminis, you guys kind of have that dual side to you, so it's perfect, right? Gemini, you're in a mood this week. You're feeling like you're on cloud nine. So whether you're vibing with new experiences or you're caught up in something wild, things are going to feel electric for my Geminis. Don't get too caught up in the rush. Make sure you're grounded enough to enjoy the moment.
Yes, ma'am. I can do that. It's been a lot this week, but I can do it.
Yes.
Have a great day, Shanae. See you today. Later
too,
today.
bye.
What do you got for Libras?
Yeah, Kyle, this is actually my favorite weekend song, and this is like OG The Weekend, and the song's called Wicked Games. Being like 16 and listening to this song in my car and like crying over some boy. I don't know. Okay, Libras, this week you might find yourself caught up in a bit of emotional drama. And this song, Wicked Games, speaks to the pull temptation. And for you, it's all about navigating the fine line between desire and caution. Your heart wants to play, but your mind knows better. So trust your instincts today.
Okay. I'll be good.
Okay,
All right, if we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website, JOHNJAYandRich.com. What phrase annoys you every time you hear it? 877-937-1047. Good morning, Shara. What's a phrase that annoys you every time you hear it?
Oh, my gosh, you guys. I want to punch myself in the face every time someone says, if you know, you know. Like, seriously.
You know when that phrase bothers me is when I see it on social media, when I see the hashtag and then the initials for that. Because then I always go, I think that's if you know, you know. And then I have to say it out loud and I have to look at the words. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't know and you don't really care to know. So you don't know.
Well, it just sounds so pretentious. Like, just tell me what the heck I'm looking at. Like,
I think you're right,
You know?
Shara. There's also, I think, when people stop down the room and they say something profound, but you've heard it a million times, like when their thing is like that on the tip is when they say, well, it is what it is. Well, we know it is what it is. You don't have to tell us it is what it is. It is.
That's Rich's. Rich's very long time stance has been, do not say it is what it is.
You know what number one is? Guess what the number one phrase is that everyone says they just can't, it annoys them more than anything?
Circle back.
No, that's not even a top 20, I don't think. That's a good boy. That bothers me.
At the end of the day.
No. Oh, that's a good one, too. That's not on here
Is
either.
that not on there?
Well, at the end of the
definitely think that would be on there.
No, I don't think that's on there. No. Here, number 10 is, I did a thing. I did a thing. Also, all of the things. The number one phrase that annoys you every time you hear it is, I was today years old.
But like sometimes you were today years old.
I don't know if I find that annoying. I think it's kind of funny when people say, I was today years old when I learned. And then you're like, how did you just learn that?
Yeah, totally. And you're like, what? Facepalm. There's this one phrase.
Make fun of someone.
Right? Yeah. There's this one phrase that on my mom Facebook group, everyone gets all upset when people use it. They'll be like, please recommend the best top Italian restaurants in the Gilbert area. And then it'll go ... and go. And then everyone gets all upset when people say and go at the end of the exactly. So if you're on Go Gilbert, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Someone just said that on my Facebook.
Did they seriously?
And go.
I told you because
And
people
go.
hate it. It'll be like, I need a recommendation for a landscaper, ... and go.
You got Shara made the comment, if you know, you know, and then right underneath her, someone go, Annetta says, and go.
Annetta knows what's up. She knows what's up.
Annetta the mood setter. Shara, thanks for calling in. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys. Bless you.
877-937-1047. There's a lot more on this list, but maybe you have something you can add. Call us. What phrase annoys you every time you hear it? Rich, what do you got for life hacks today?
The secret hacky power of watermelon could totally change your day.
Stacks and hacks coming up next with JOHNJAY and Rich.
Want to talk or throw some shade?
Oh, yeah. Call JOHNJAY and Rich, 877-937-1047.
Stacks and hacks. I have stacks information. Rich has life hacks. A poll asked people, what was their least favorite month of the year? Top two responses, January and February. February is the 11th most hated month. Wait, yeah, something like that. According to a new study, people are speaking about 3,000 fewer words each day compared to 20 years ago. And women do speak more than men, but not by that much. Apparently, no one is doing anything about the price of eggs, so Waffle House has added a 50-cent surcharge on every single egg they sell.
Oh, that's so sad.
They say it's temporary. They're going to adjust. Today is National Fart Day.
You've been celebrating all week.
Why are you laughing?
Because before this, you're like, I may hint a story you were telling me about, which happened to be the other night. I'm sitting on the couch next to my 7-year-old son, and he's watching TV, and I'm getting some work done on my laptop. And I told you guys I haven't been eating very good lately, right? Which has resulted in a little bit of gas. So I'm sitting there, and I have a blanket on, so I feel like it's like safer to let one loose.
Totally.
Right? And I continue typing or whatever, and a couple minutes go by, and Ethan turns to me and he goes, Mommy, you smell terrible right now. I was like, excuse me? He's like, you too did. And I was like, yeah, like 5 minutes ago. And then I'm like, oh, it finally seeped out of the blanket.
Made its way over. A powerful storm, none the least.
And then I'm like, thank you for calling me out, okay? At least we're just in private in our house.
Right. Oh my gosh. Do you think he would say something if you guys were in public? Like if you accidentally crop dust somebody?
He would not hold back.
Oh no.
He would not.
Kids scare me.
Well, happy National Fart Day to you and your son, Easton.
Thank you.
Guy in Michigan bought his 26-year-old daughter a lottery ticket just because gift. And she won $4 million.
That's amazing.
Like how much do you give away of that? Like that's crazy.
Okay, so have you guys seen the bets? The crazy bets they're making at the Super Bowl where you can bet on?
I haven't seen the prop bets yet.
There's a bet that you can bet that Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor Swift after the game. There's a bet if a coach or player will cry during the national anthem. If a quarterback catches a pass, the color of the Gatorade poured on the winning coach. Purple has the best odds. Who will the MVP mention first, God or Jesus? And there's a huge bet that Kendrick Lamar mentions Drake during the halftime show.
Oh, that's big.
Also, which is the first celebrity cameo? Taylor Swift is a favorite. Peyton Manning is a second favorite. And what team will Jason Kelce represent? 60% of people say he'll be wearing Eagle Green.
Oh, yeah, that
I would
makes sense.
think he should wear the Chiefs because that's
It's
his
his
brother. Like,
Right.
I understand. I mean, he should wear, I don't know, has the Eagles ever won a Super Bowl? I'm like, wear an Eagles Super Bowl ring and then support your brother in Chief colors.
But he's talked about being an Eagles fan, all the way through. Like, sorry.
He's like, I'll always root for my brother.
Yeah.
But as far as what team I'm rooting for, it's
That
going to
makes
be the
sense.
Eagles, which you get, but just like wear something neutral then.
Right, like maybe how Mama Kelsey did the split jersey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
One of the things that happened when Rich and I had launched the show all over the state, and we were in Tucson and Phoenix, and then there's that desert game, the one U of A against ASU football game.
The duel in the desert.
I would wear both. I would wear I had like a jersey on, or I had an ASU hat on, and I had U of A gloves, and I had all this stuff. So you got to support both, so he's got to. All eyes are on him. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
The power of feeling better. If you have feeling a little down, little anxiety, and you actually really don't know why, experts say you really need to start with how your brain's working, because that probably means that you're craving a dose of vitamin B. And the fastest way to get vitamin B is watermelon, which is one of my favorites anyway. Watermelon is loaded with it. Unexpected mood booster, by the way. It's hydrating, delicious. Vitamin B helps your brain produce the neurotransmitters that keep you feeling happy, in balance. Feeling a little off this morning? Have a little watermelon. Check back in with us. That life hack and many more can be found at JOHNJayandRich.com.
I'm so glad you're here. As the person who currently occupies your attention, I would like to thank you for listening to John, Jay, and Rich.
JOHNJay and Rich, 877-937-1047. You can jump on there with us right now. You can also text us. You text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. For a while, Peyton, you've been worried about you were going to play your alma mater, and you were deciding whether or not to wear your championship ring. And was that last night?
Yeah, the game was last night, which was, it's always such a weird feeling whenever I go back to the high school that I graduated from. I got a state championship there my senior year. And whenever I just walk through the hallways or I walk into the gym, it's this overwhelming feeling of nostalgia. And it just makes me miss non-adult life. It makes me miss being 15 years old and having no bills and going home to my parents and having no worry in the world. But it was really cool. I did end up wearing my state ring because I needed to flex on my girls, okay? They needed to know that their coach is what's up.
And you're talking about because you played basketball.
I played basketball. Right. Yes, I played basketball at Hamilton High School in Chandler, and I coach high school girls basketball, and our team played my alma mater yesterday. So I wore my state championship ring, and I was pointing out all my banners in the gym.
Oh, that's fun.
You mean like your name is on banners there?
Not
Or you were
on
part
the
of that
banners,
team?
but like it's like our team won the state championship, or we made the Final Four, we made the Elite Eight, or whatever. And then in the hallway, there's a picture of me for being a part of All Arizona, and then there's a big picture of our state championship.
So the girls respond to that, or do they push back
they don't
on
care.
it? Yeah, they should
don't
care.
care.
That's a big deal.
They act like they don't care, but they secretly know it's pretty
I'm
cool.
sure.
Hopefully, because the ring is huge. It's literally like a paperweight. It like holds my hand down. But it was cool. It was a cool experience to kind of go back there and see my old coaches and
You
stuff.
should have posted a picture, or did you? Picture of you in the ring, you in the picture at your school. It'd be cool to see that kind of stuff for us.
Yeah, okay, well, we did take a picture because I think today is like National Women in Sports Day, and so we celebrated that at our game yesterday.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think we do have a picture that I'll throw up on our Instagram.
Oh, of the ring, too.
I have the ring, yeah.
Okay, good.
Did you win last night?
We didn't win, but it was a good game. Our
Okay.
girls battled hard.
Who'd you guys play?
We played Hamilton,
Oh, you played Hamilton.
and I coach at Basha High.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Kyle, how excited were you about your car getting cleaned?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys saw what happened yesterday. Like in the middle of the show, Peyton walks over to me and she shows me her phone. And I didn't know what I was looking at first. And it was actually like a text message from the guy who was detailing her car. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, he's got extra time. Do you want him to clean your car? And I was like, oh no. No. I don't know what's in my car right now. My car is embarrassingly dirty all the time, even after I got rid of like 6 water bottles just the other day that were just hanging out. And I was like, I don't think I can do that, because I feel like no matter what's getting cleaned, you always clean before the clean. You know?
I totally agree with that.
Like,
You can't have people that clean think that you're not clean.
Like, there's probably embarrassing things in there. I don't know. I just don't know. And so I kind of fought it. And Peyton's like, I texted that to him, and he said, those are the best ones to clean, the best cars to clean. And I was like, okay, I mean, there's no denying that my car could use getting cleaned, let alone detailed. I don't think I've actually had it detailed since I got it. And after the show, Peyton and I walk down. We meet this guy. His name's David, and he's so nice, like such a nice person. And I look at my car, and I'm like, are you sure this is my car? Because inside doesn't look anything like what my car looked like before. Like, my hair usually just like sheds and gets everywhere. And I'll go and try to vacuum it out myself. But vacuums just for some reason don't pick up the hair. They just like push it further into the carpet. All of that was gone. Every crack, every crevice, like the side pockets, but in the door next to me has not been empty since and I'm like, I don't even know what was in there. Obviously, it was all trash. It's so gross. And like, I went to pick up my kids from school yesterday, and they're like, Mom, you cleaned the car? And I was like, yeah, I got it clean. Isn't it amazing? And Addie's like, I can see the floor.
The fact that your kids notice that they have to bring up that you clean the car is amazing.
That's awesome. I know. And I know, you guys, right? Like, I don't think this car has been this clean since like right after I got it. And Easty goes, yeah, I don't think it's ever been this clean. I was like, listen here, Sassmaster, you two are part of the reason. You're part of the problem.
What's the name of his cleaning company? Want to give
So
some love?
it's Shine Auto Detail AZ on Instagram. And yeah, like such a like kind thing. And we were talking to him, and he said something that like really stuck with me all day. He's like, it's like a mobile service, so they bring it to you wherever your car is. And he's like, my son and my brother have 2 of our other units, and they're out. And Tuesdays, I like to just go do nice things. So like last Tuesday, he went to a school and just detailed the teachers' cars.
Oh, that's great.
And he said one of the teachers' like kids was just sick and had thrown up all over the car. He just detailed it for her for free, just to like do nice things. And I thought that was so cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Rich, what about you? You said you were taking a fun survey of your wife and some of the things that she does.
Yeah, so Kyle, you might relate to this, losing your phone. Stacy is a frequent phone loser.
I do it all the time.
And she gave me a ride to go pick up my car from getting serviced, and I had to wait 15 minutes for her to clean the front seat for me.
That's normally how I am. I'm like, hold on. Let me just put
I'm
everything
like,
in the back.
do you want me to just take an Uber? No, just hold on a minute. Let me clean the front seat. Anyway, so I've done this fun little survey where I don't make a big deal about it, but I just have been keeping track over one weekend how many times she's lost her phone in one day. So I just put a little note in my phone, like if she says, hey, have you seen my phone? Or the big one is, I can't find my phone. Will you call it so I can hear it ring? And I know people are going to send notes because they've flooded me with ideas of like how to keeping track of her phone. Like get the Apple Watch. She's lost her Apple Watch. So I don't know where that is either. Or an AirTag. I have AirTags, but they're in the box somewhere in her car. There's nowhere to be found. So.
A lamp, one of those necklaces. Just keep the phone around her neck.
Yeah. And the other thing about Stacy is she's brilliant. So everything must be exact. So if I were to say to you, Stacy probably loses her phone a dozen times a day, she'd be like, not true. It's not true.
It's 11.
I've only lost it a few times. Anyway, so I kept track, and it was a dozen times, but over 3 days I counted.
Let me ask you, what's the point of you keeping track?
Just a fun little survey to see. So when I say Stacy's always losing her phone, I know she's going to correct me. Like, I don't always lose it. It's right here, right now. I know she's going to correct me. So I figured I'd just keep a little track. And I encourage everybody with a sig other, that's something somebody does all the time. You just kind of keep a silent little tack sheet, and then you can go back.
Well,
and
I kept track of my wife because every time she would tell a story or anything, she would pause and say, you know. And it got to the point where every time she said, you know, I'd go, you know, to where she acknowledged, like, oh my God, you're right. I'm saying, you know, all the time.
Both of those things, really annoying.
I was about to say, I hope you don't tell Stacey that you're tallying her.
I didn't even tell her. I'm telling you guys just because I thought it was kind of fun.
I used to have a bell, and whenever Kyle did something I thought she wanted attention, I'd go ding, ding,
So
ding.
stupid. You would ask me about something, and I would tell you the story of what happened, and all of a sudden, ding, 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 Kyle needs attention. No, you asked me about a story. I'm sorry for living my life.
That was
That's
wrong.
annoying. I'm sorry for having fun things happen.
That was wrong. You are right, Kyle. That was wrong. But no, I didn't even tell Stacey I was keeping track. I'm just telling you because I thought it was fun.
Relationships.
I said fun little survey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the car guy that cleaned your car, he's such a huge fan of Kyle's. He's been trying to get to Kyle through I'm one of the venues to get to you to clean your car for years, by the way.
What? Did you just want to see how gross it is, or what?
No, he's a huge fan of your feet.
Oh, he was really kind. Like, such a nice
Was he like when you went down? He's like, oh my God.
No, I did have some old shoes in there.
Did you get them back, or did you just tip them?
No,
You
they're in
can
the
have
trunk.
those.
He's like, I just put all your personal items in your trunk, and I'm like, I don't even want to open my trunk right now.
I wonder if they're all organized.
Flowing out.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, we're going to switch gears. There's a story that I read last night that is so crazy about the way this woman caught her husband cheating. It's so unique. It's so different. And maybe you can relate to this because it's kind of hard to understand when I get into the story, but maybe not. I think for guys it is, but for girls, you guys know, are you familiar with Old Navy jeans?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to get into that. So we want to hear about the unique way you caught someone cheating. Okay, 877-937-1047. Dre and Snoop, JOHNJAY and Rich.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Super yakking too bold. Take a seat. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.
I want to get into the unique ways you caught someone cheating because check this out. Last month, a woman went online to ask people for cleaning tips. She noticed everything in her house was being green and she couldn't figure out what was causing it. The green coloring was showing up on couch cushions, bed sheets, carpets, her own socks, the phone charger, even her cat. The green coloring was showing up all over the place. She posted pictures where you could clearly see a green hue showing up on everything. She tested for mold, and that wasn't it. And she tested to see if it was a detergent. That wasn't it. There were a lot of theories, but one person suggested it could be brand new jeans from Old Navy because they stain everything. Does that ring a bell? Old Navy jeans stain everything is what they say. The woman said that she and her husband aren't jeans people. They don't wear jeans. And someone said, imagine this is how you discover he's having an affair with some Old Navy wearing woman from the cat turning green. And apparently that is what was happening.
That's terrible.
The woman posted an update later saying she didn't take the comment seriously at first, but her husband had been acting strangely, so she started looking at bank statements for Old Navy purchases. And then she looked through his phone. She found evidence of an affair. And yes, the other woman was wearing jeans
in all
her photos.
Oh,
that's
my
crazy
gosh.
because, I mean, I have gotten new jeans and you rub your hands and your hands turn colors or whatever because you haven't washed the dye out yet. So that makes sense.
Right.
But, like, that's pretty crazy.
That means they're tearing it up all over that house.
Yeah.
The cat? The poor cat.
I know.
Poor cat.
So 877-937-1047. Want to get into like a crazy or different, unique way you caught somebody? You gonna patch Jose through? Okay. Jose, good morning. What happened? What's your story?
Hey, what's going on, bud? Everybody, my name is Jose. I want to share a little quick story with you guys. So basically, years ago, my ex-wife, I called her on my lunch break, and she had tried to forward my call, or meant to forward my call, but she actually answered it. And I was able to hear her on her lunch date with her side guy, everything that they were, been doing, gonna do, how much they like being with each other and everything. So, yeah, needless to say, she's my ex now.
Wow. Boy, that would suck to hear. Like, you heard them getting graphic? Like, man, tonight when I get
they were just... Yeah, they were just talking about, like, exactly, what they've been sending it to each other, how much they like doing certain things. So, yeah, it's been...
Don't you think that was the universe looking out for you because you got all the evidence, all the bust you needed by a mistake?
That's what I was saying. It was just one of those things. I couldn't believe. Like, once I thought she was going to forward the call, because whatever, and actually answered, and I'm like, hello, and I could just hear, everything vividly. I'm like, what in the world? But, yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for sharing that story. All right, 877-937-1047. The unique way you caught someone cheating. Sabrina, what happened to you?
So, good morning.
Good morning.
I would say back in 2010, my now ex-boyfriend, he was changing up his routine. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like men are just very routine. And his shower went to like 15 minutes. I guess I'm impatient, but instead of 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then little things like that I started to notice. Also, his brother, when I knocked at the front door, his brother just kind of gave me a weird look. And then I kind of accused him of it. Turns out I was right. But then he also told me I was cheating on him, which was untrue. But yeah, little things like that I started to notice.
Oh, yeah, but those aren't that unusual. Outside of the shower. Was it a longer shower or a shorter shower?
No, it was a longer shower by 5 minutes.
Oh.
But if you actually notice that your man's taking 5 minutes longer in the shower, that's a little crazy.
She's like, is it because he's in there with? Was he in there with somebody?
That's amazing. Don't get me
FBI
wrong.
status.
Washing
But that's pretty
washing
crazy
off
that
the
she
girl.
did that. Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't in there.
I'm telling you, I noticed the smallest things, and then I was proven right. 2 weeks later, it was my 21st birthday. And then August came, and I met this guy. I get this random call at 3 a.m. I let it go to voicemail. This girl went off on me, calling me a home wrecker. My ex invites me over to his apartment that he moved into in June, the month that we broke up.
Yeah.
And December of 2010, it was his girlfriend. So he was dating both of us at the same time.
Lame.
You poor thing.
Kelly, what is an unusual way you caught somebody cheating?
Well, it was my ex-husband. It was 2007. I'm kind of dating myself a little bit, but I just left his MySpace open. And I also found some condoms under the sink, and I was pregnant with our son at the time, so that was kind of crazy. And he had, on his MySpace, he had said to her, "What if I show up naked?" So that was kind of a red flag there. And then she left her shorts in my daughter's room. And I was like, are these her daughter's shorts or what is going on here? But they were so short that I thought they were her daughter's shorts, but they were hers. It was crazy.
So they did it in your daughter's bedroom?
I don't know, but that's where I found her shorts, so that was a little scary. And then I found her underwear in my car, and she's like, "Oh, I was just doing laundry there." I was like, "Yeah, just underwear under the seat."
I was doing laundry there. It's a terrible lie.
So we want to know about the unusual way you caught somebody, and I think your story, if you said he left his MySpace open in 2025, then I'd be like, that is so unusual.
Yeah, that is true.
So
unusual. Well, I was pregnant with my son, and he's 17 now, so yeah, it's been a little bit. But
well, thank you so much for listening, Kelly. Thanks for sharing that story with us.
Thank you.
877-937-1047. I want to get into how you caught them cheating, but a very unique way you caught them cheating. We'll talk to you next. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
I wanna be next to you.
Hey, Ashley, so you caught someone cheating in a unique or different way. Am I right?
Yes. I caught my ex-husband cheating on an app. My parents might know this. It's called Parent Square. And it is an app so that you can communicate with your child's teachers.
Oh, yeah. I use that for my kids' school. It's how you check on their grades and stuff.
Exactly.
But how do you get busted on that?
Well, I was on the app, and our daughter was in kindergarten at the time, and I happened to look at the chat between him and her kindergarten teacher, and it was explicit. It was extremely explicit.
No.
With the teacher?
So was it just like digital cheating, or like did they like get intimate? Do you know?
There was plans to meet up that I found. Ugh. It looked like they'd been talking on Parent Square for a while, since the beginning of the year almost.
So did you see any signs, like when you go to the parent-teacher conference, like do you see like your husband making eyes at the teacher?
I guess I was just blinded. I didn't see it coming at all. They put on a really good performance because I had no idea.
That's wild.
It is wild, but you also got to look at it through a different lens. I mean, out of all the dads that she meets, she chose your husband to be with.
No, that's not like a Medal of Honor. That's not like.
But as a dad, I mean, to get a kindergarten teacher, that sounds kind of hot. That's sexy.
No,
Johnjay.
You're not.
Why can't you be happy for him?
Why can't you be happy for him?
No.
You know, I tell you what, very similar to that. I know a guy that got busted cheating because of the computer, iPad texting, how it's all in the same device.
Cloud.
I bet you that happens a lot. Oh, that's the cloud? That's the cloud? Yeah. That happens a lot.
Also, Parent Square needs to protect their app a little better, don't you think?
I know.
Have better security
Maybe people
guidelines.
need to stop being shady on Parent Square.
Right. Wait, Ashley, you said it's your ex-husband, so you left him, but is he with the kindergarten teacher?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't check up on them at all. In fact, I switched our daughter's school.
Yeah, I think that is a smart choice for sure. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's terrible.
What you want to do then, I guess, is go when you're going to schools, look at how good looking the teachers are. You want your kids in ugly teachers' classes. It was like my friend, another guy I know, he dumped his wife for the babysitter, and the babysitter smoking hot. Like, why are you hiring a smoking hot babysitter?
That was like,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that was like Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale.
Yes.
Their babysitter was like a younger, almost better looking version than her.
That seems impossible.
Carbon copy, but her younger version.
Right.
Did you left for he was messing around with her.
Did you guys see that movie with Megan Fox and she was like an AI robot?
I just heard about. My son told me that the other day.
I watched it a couple of weeks ago. I forget what it's
she
called.
falls in love with the dad or something like that.
She's crazy. She's Megan Fox is crazy and basically gets the dad. The wife is in the hospital. She has like cancer or something terrible. They have young kids and basically he needs help. So he hires and goes and picks out this AI robot. And the AI robot is freaking baddie Megan Fox. And it's like, duh, we know where this is going.
Yeah.
He ends up hooking up with the robot. The wife finds out. Then the robot goes crazy. Anyway.
Why would the wife get mad if he hooked up with a robot? It's not real.
Because it's and that was his take.
It's a Megan Fox robot. That's why.
His take.
I would have to be like, okay, you can, but you make sure she takes off all her skin and she's just metal. Make sure she
Why
doesn't.
you get mad if you hook up with anyone or anything?
Anything, but it doesn't matter if it has a heartbeat or not.
Yeah.
Ashley, thanks for sharing that story with us.
Thank you.
The unique way you caught them cheating. Kathleen, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hi. I was about 18 years old, dating a guy for a while, knew where he worked. He worked in a restaurant, and one day my friend and I decided that we wanted to go over and see how he was doing, and we sit at the table. Waitress comes up. I ask where he's at. She goes, he's at the hospital. I'm like, oh, my God, why? Oh, his wife is having a baby. What?
I don't know if that was her reaction.
It turned out that the waitress was the wife's best friend.
Oh, my God.
It did not end well for him at all. Needless to say, I had nothing to do with them. I believe after the wife had the baby, I would hope she had nothing to do with him. Yeah. So I don't know how it turned out on that side.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing that story, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Felicia, you got a unique cheating story?
Yeah, I found out that my then husband was cheating on me with the neighbor who's now dating my youngest brother-in-law.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
How did that
That's
all start up?
Yeah, so she was the neighbor, and I just had my suspicion something was going on, and she was living with her baby daddy, and they started having issues. So he moved out across the street, and one day I hit my boiling point, so I went over to him. I'm like, hey, tell me what's going on. He's like, well, your husband picked her up from the bar, and they made out. So on my way back home, I banged on her front window, and I'm like, I know what you did. And she thought that I was going to, like, try to beat her up or something. So by now, she's dating my youngest brother-in-law. She called him over for protection, and he's like, well, what did you do to upset her? Why do you think she wants to beat you up? So she had to confess to my youngest brother-in-law that she'd been sleeping with his older brother, who was my husband at the time.
Oh, my goodness.
So my youngest brother-in-law is the one who actually told me. He's like, yeah, they've been sleeping together. This whole time, I thought they just made out one drunk night after the bar, but they'd been having an affair.
Unbelievable.
That's insane.
So messy.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Crazy.
Thank you, guys.
877-937-1047. Here's a text. I caught my ex-husband cheating when he tried to pick up an undercover cop posing as a prostitute.
Oh, my gosh.
Dang. Becca, you got a unique cheating story?
Yes. So this actually happened with my kid's father. One day he was at work and he asked me to bring him this box from the house. So I was like, sure, but I was nosy on my way over there and I opened the box and it was a box full of condoms while he was at work. So I dropped it off because, whatever, I guess if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. So when he got home, I went through his phone and he was hooking up with his boss.
Wow.
The fact that he had...
Why would he do that?
What in the world?
The nads to call his wife and say, bring me this box of condoms. What the heck?
I think he wanted you to know.
I would
I
think.
didn't really know it was there.
All right. Man, that's crazy. Okay. Thank you, Becca. This is, tomorrow we'll get into War of the Roses. That's another thing. I mean, crazy way you got someone cheating happens on the radio every Thursday. War of the Roses. We're getting ready to play a brand new game for Hosier tickets. We got tickets all week long. We need a contestant, 877-937-1047. You win the game, you win the tickets. We're going to play after Hosier. All right. Hosier. When's he coming to town? In October? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's October. I have it right here.
We got tickets to Hosier. We're going to play a game. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. It's JOHNJAY and Rich, Kiss FM. Let's see. When's he coming? October?
Still haven't pulled it up.
Well, you said I have it right here, so I thought you were right here.
Well, it was different.
Yeah. Hi, Ashley.
So much pressure, guys. Come on.
Hi.
All right, you're going to play a game. We have no idea what game we're going to play. Nick makes these games up, and I'm sure he's going to say, I like to theme my games.
You know what, guys? I do like to theme my games. Are you aware?
Yeah, he does.
Hey,
I am very aware.
This is super fun. Hosier is here October 7th. And in the spirit of Hosier's hit song, Too Sweet, I like the name of this game is called Too Sweet for Me.
Okay.
And it's candy trivia.
Oh, fun.
Okay, so I also spice it up a little bit. I asked ChatGPT to tell me what these candies taste like, but as if they were a rapper from the 1990s.
Okay.
So I'm going to read you this description.
Okay.
And you have to tell me what the candy is.
Okay.
Okay?
Billy,
If you
is
get
it
it right, what do you hear,
unfair
Rich?
advantage?
And Rich, if you get it wrong? Amen. Okay? All right, here we go. Too Sweet for Me, round one. JOHNJAY, check it. Smooth chocolate and peanut butter locking hands like an airplane that lands, throwing down that creamy, salty, sweet vibe that's so dope, you need your mama to help you cope.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is correct.
Bravo. I'm confused. I thought we were giving you a 90s rapper.
No.
She's saying it to you
name
as
the candy.
Okay.
Okay, all right. This is good. This is so fun, guys. Number 2 goes to Rich. The snack that can't be beat. Crunchy peanuts, smooth caramel, and soft nougat wrapped in milk chocolate, bringing that sweet and salty heat. make you want to keep munching like it's a hit track on repeat.
Nice way to close that phrase. I believe you're talking about a Snickers.
A Snickers bar would be correct. Good job, Reg. Peyton, a flavor explosion. Each piece popping with that juicy, fruity goodness, tangy and sweet, throwing your taste buds in motion. A wild ride with every color, like a beat that keeps banging in your mouth like no other.
Skittles?
Starburst.
We were looking for Skittles. Everybody on the board thus far. Kyle, it's got that crunchy peanut butter flow, smooth chocolate on the outside, and that crispy inside that makes you want some mo. You get it? Hitting you with that flavor, it's sharp and sweet like a rhyme. It sticks in your head all day long.
Okay, I'm confused because you said peanut butter, but then you were describing a Kit Kat. So I'm just going to go Kit Kat.
Okay. Kit Kat is, of course, wrong.
Of course.
We were obviously looking for Butterfinger.
Oh.
Butterfinger.
That was tough, man.
Is that peanut buttery?
That was
I don't
level.
think so. 90s rapper.
That was level tough.
Yeah, I'll tell you. These are really fun to read, too. Ashley, here we go. Yo! These are like that chewy, fruity vibe, pulling you in with that sweet, mellow taste and a texture that's stretchy, like a smooth flow that lasts and lasts, just twisting your tongue all day long.
Starburst?
Starburst. Oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry. We were looking for, of course, Twizzlers. Twizzlers, guys. Twizzlers. Round two.
I was with you, Ashley. You should have gotten that point.
Everybody but Ashley and Kyle on the board. John Jay.
We're giving you a hip hop bed so you can do your rap.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Listen. These got that crunching on the outside, melting smooth chocolate on the inside. Hitting you with that sweet, bite-sized, all the flavor in one dope little vibe.
Maybe Nick.
Do that again.
M&M's?
M&M's, yes, that's correct.
Do you not have the beat in your headphones?
I have sweet rhymes.
I got it right.
Rich.
I got it right. You didn't give me my winner buzzer.
Oh, yeah, you may have that.
Rich.
Make it flow.
Dun, dun. Got that crisp, crunchy vibe, stacked up in layers, smooth on top. Hitting you with that balance that just won't stop. This snack is hard to top.
You're talking about a Kit Kat.
I am. Kit Kat, you won't stop. Kit Kat, you won't stop. Peyton, like a double hit with that buttery shortbread crunch. These twins are fun to munch. Smooth caramel flow and a milk chocolate coat. Like back and forth rhyme, this treat is the GOAT.
It is a top tier chocolate bar. I'm going to go with a Twix.
A Twix is correct. I like this game a lot less when I have to try and... Kyle, it's that chewy, chocolatey vibe, smooth and sweet with a little kick. This will make you roll like Slick Rick. Like a throwback beat that's been around forever, it still hits hard with that classic flavor.
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll!
Yay. That was a lot better, Nick.
What about
you're
Nick's,
getting better at this.
Nick's flow starts to come alive.
I'm starting to sweat.
He's vibing.
All right, Ashley. Good luck. Sour punch first and flip the script. With a sweet fruity vibe you can't predict. Like a wild mix of energy and flow, it leaves you hooked. Let's go!
Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids!
All right, you get those Hosier tickets.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Ashley. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Hold on the line. All right, we're going to get to some entertainment news. We got stuff on Ariana Grande, David Beckham, Travis Kelce, Sandra Bullock. A bunch of other stuff we'll get to. It's JOHNJAY and Rich.
Don't drunk dial your ex. Drunk dial us. Call our JOHNJAY and Rich drunk dial line. 602-888-1933.
So we were talking about Super Bowl bets, and there is a bet that you can place in Vegas on whether Travis Kelce is going to propose to Taylor Swift. Does he have any words on that?
He does. So, they always do a media day for both teams, and Travis Kelce obviously was a part of that. Was asked a few questions, and that was one of them.
Are the rumors true? Are you proposing to Taylor at halftime?
Wouldn't you like to know? And I'm like, why did she say halftime? Everything I've heard was at the end of the game if they win.
And anybody that plays sports would never do something like that at a halftime. Like, you're in the middle of the game.
You should have said, no, not halftime. Yeah. And then that would have, everyone would have gone crazy.
For sure.
But then I thought that they asked him a really interesting question, and they said, hey, if you could ask the media any question, what would it be?
If I could ask the media one question, why are you guys leaning into this whole ref thing? You know what I mean? Like, why are you guys leaning into it? That's all I got, though.
Because everyone just sees the plays, and they see the refs call the plays that shouldn't be called, right? Like, that's why everyone's leaning into it, because there's, videos of it.
I feel like him saying that makes me feel like the refs are in on it now. Now you acknowledged it. Now
Especially because, I've listened to it a couple of times. He's like, why are you guys leaning into it? It's kind of like, you guys are supposed to be on our side.
Right, yeah.
It's like, this was your plan, and then he says, you know what I mean. Did you hear that? He threw that in there. One of the banned phrases.
What about Justin and Hailey Bieber?
I really hope this is not true, but I have seen way too many headlines over the last couple of months that their marriage is in jeopardy. And the latest one is their relationship is hanging on by a thread because Justin has incredible anxiety. He's been very open about his mental health struggles, and apparently those have gone out of control because he's worried he's going to be put on the stand to testify in the Diddy case. He's completely worried about that. Hailey doesn't like his drug use, and she's been a big part of his sobriety, but I don't know. I mean, you probably saw he posted doing drugs on his Instagram just the other day. And she's like, listen, we've got a 5-month-old kid. You have to pull it together. This is all according to sources and whatnot as to what is tearing them apart. And they're saying that Hailey has basically said, if you can't get your act together, I have to put me and our son's safety at number one. And she's considering leaving him, asking for custody, and taking part of his $300 million fortune.
That's insane. That's so crazy to think. And I've seen a lot of these headlines too. And a lot of the comments are people getting on Hailey Bieber because there's these girls, I mean, me included, who grew up listening to Justin Bieber and are obsessed. And they're like, we could have took better care of him. You don't care. And it's this is Hailey Bieber, but Hailey Baldwin. She doesn't need Justin Bieber. She's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. Yeah, you're with Justin Bieber, but it's a constant struggle. And if it's putting your son's life in safety, if it's putting your son in danger, at one point you're going to have to put your foot down. Now, who knows what's happening behind closed doors? We don't know.
Right.
But it breaks my heart because I want them to work through it, and I want them to be together because I love them together.
Yeah, me too. And they're going through something.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's tough. I mean, when you have a baby, your whole life changes.
That's
that
true.
alone, on top of everything else he's dealing with mentally and emotionally, that's a lot.
the Blake Lively Baldoni stuff, right? If you remember, there's all these videos of Blake Lively being rude on interviews. And one of the interviews I've seen over and over again is her and Anna Kendrick. And Anna Kendrick's you can tell you get the vibe that they don't like each other. Have you seen that?
Yes.
You've seen where she's like, oh, you don't
she's
get to be
kind of
princess.
joking in jest, and then Blake Lively's kind of ignoring her.
So
Yeah.
I was like, what movie is that? What are they doing the press junket for, right? And now I saw that there's a sequel, right, Peyton? You said there's a sequel to the movie.
Yeah.
So they must be friends. Why would they agree to do a movie together? Right? I mean,
I would assume. So the interview that you're talking about was when they did A Simple Favor. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick starred in it, and they're having a prequel, and the movie's going to be called Another Simple Favor, and it's going to drop May 1st on Amazon Prime.
Right, so they must be they must be friends, or what? Or held to contract?
I don't necessarily. I don't think you can jump to conclusions about that either way, right? Just because they're doing a job together doesn't necessarily mean they get along or they're friends, unless they literally put the whole movie together and decided to do it
together
collaboratively. Yeah.
What about Ariana Grande and her voice, which we've talked about many times?
Yeah.
Right.
And she said that and was asked about it again during her interview, because some people were like, when she talks like this, you're like, where's Ariana Grande? Because you've also heard her, basically talk like this at the same time. And she kind of had to explain it again in this interview.
That is just kind of something that's healthy for the voice and whatever. It's just a normal thing for vocalists.
Wow.
And it's so funny because we talked about it a zillion times and people are still like, where's your real voice? And I'm like, well, they all are. So it's just interesting.
She's like, I've talked about it a zillion times, but yes, I'll answer it again. It's fine. It's just what I do to preserve my voice.
JOHNJay and Rich. Good morning, Mary. Thanks for holding.
Hi.
Mary, why you bugging? What's up, Mary? You're on the air. Hi.
Hey, guys.
So what's up?
All right. Well, I've just been feeling a little off lately. I thought I was absolutely killing it in my 20s. I've got a job I really love. I have my own place, and I travel basically whenever I feel like it, which a lot of people can't say that they can do. And honestly, I feel pretty independent, and I'm proud of where I am. But lately, it feels like everyone around me is getting married. They're having kids. They're settling down in some way. And it just feels like the next step, I guess. And it's hard not to feel like I'm missing out on something. I know I'm not supposed to compare myself to others, but it's like every time I scroll through social media or talk with my friends, I hear about another wedding or baby announcement, and I can't help but wonder if I should be thinking about getting married or settling down or any of those things. And so I love my freedom, but at the same time, I feel this, I guess, pressure. Like maybe I'm supposed to be doing something more, and it's confusing because I'm happy, but I also can't ignore the feeling that maybe I should be chasing something else,
Dang, this is so heavy.
I know.
Dang.
I just I totally relate to that feeling though, because I feel like most girls or a lot of girls go through that, that time where it's like, it shouldn't, but it kind of feels like a race, to see who's going to actually get their life started and get married and do all the things that you're quote unquote supposed to do. But I'm like, if you're traveling and you're being independent and you're living your life and you're super happy, keep doing it. Do you? I think you have to if getting married and something like that is a goal of yours down the road and that's not what you want right now, don't force it because that's not going to be a natural progression, but keep the possibility of meeting somebody open. I wouldn't close yourself off to it, but I don't think you need to feel pressure in doing life a certain way.
Well, Peyton, you going through this kind of, right? You talk about your friends are having babies and weddings and stuff, right? But at least you have a boyfriend. Mary doesn't.
I know.
She's behind.
Yeah. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm 26, and I feel like I really do relate to everything that you're going through because I have a job that I love, and I do have the luxury to be able to, go out and enjoy things with my friends and things like that. But there is that, Kyle, you're exactly right. It feels like a race. It feels like who's going to get there first. And I have friends that are married. I've been in their weddings, which is a weird feeling walking down the aisle and it's not you, especially when you're waiting for that ring. And then two of my best friends have kids and I watch their kids grow up and I'm like, I want my kids to be able to grow up with your kids. And then I have this conflicting feeling and then my parents want me to have kids and then I'm not ready for kids and my boyfriend wants kids and then I'm stressed out. I want to get married. It's a whole thing.
It's like a competition between you and Mary.
No, it feels that way, Mary. And I totally relate. But one of the things that for me, it's I feel like your 30s are like your 20s now. You know what I mean? I feel like we have time. I don't feel like we need to be stressing about this till we hit 35.
Better freeze those eggs.
No, the thing is, though, is people are living longer, right? My mom and my dad and Kadim's parents, my boyfriend's parents, they're
not in my family.
They're they all had kids young. My parents were young when they had my sister. My mom was 19 years old. And so it's I feel the pressure to have a kid so early, but we as humans are living longer. We don't need to have kids so early nowadays. So I don't know. I feel you and I relate. And honestly, I don't have any answers for you because I don't have any answers for myself.
Also, another famous phrase would be the grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
You're going to meet some guy, get married and have a kid and be miserable. That could happen. That could happen. You're happy right now.
It could happen, but it could
Mary,
also be a good thing.
Are you a planner? Are you a type of person that because you're a hustler at work that you got to kind of plan out your social stuff around your work?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I am to an extent.
Yeah, that's probably part of it is I got to have a plan. I got to have a plan for my whole life. And, life doesn't happen the way you make plans, right? It happens the way it happens.
Yeah, I guess the plan, I do plan, but this just like wasn't part of the plan. It's just I keep seeing it, and I'm like, maybe I need to make this part of the plan. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I totally feel that.
Life is what happens when you're busy making plans.
It is. But you're not alone, Mary. Like, me, you, and I'm sure every other 20-something in the world right now is going exactly what we're going through.
Peyton, speaking of your mom, can you imagine being 19 years old with a kid?
No.
There's no... I feel now, currently now, with the 3 boys I have, a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, and an 18-year-old, not ready to be a parent. My kid, Dutch, my youngest, he said to me the other day where he was getting physical therapy, and I was at the gym working out, he goes, Dad. And I look over and I'm like, oh, that kid's calling me dad.
It's actually really trippy, John Jay, because my parents and Kadeem's parents at our ages, 26 and 28, already had 3 kids, a house,
same with
married, like all ready to go.
Right.
And we're sitting here in our 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment that we can't get figured out.
Right.
Like, it's a thing.
Good luck, Mary. And we're glad you called. You're okay.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, Mary. It's JOHNJAY and Rich.
Find a ways to articulate the feeling I'm going through.
It's JOHNJAY and Rich. Good morning, Dustin. What's happening?
Oh, not much. My wife's birthday was yesterday, and I couldn't get through to you guys, so I figured I'd try today. She's pretty obsessed with John Jay.
Well, that's neat.
If you're not her husband, it's neat.
Yeah, it's like, how about you're obsessed with me? Just a little bit more.
Yeah, every day on my way to work, I get a phone call. Like, I'm doing business calls. Did you listen to what John Jay just said? I'm like, no, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday to your wife. What's her name?
Her name is Kelly. She is the most wonderful woman in the world. She literally, we met when she saved my life.
How?
So I spent 15 years in the Army and went through, all the stuff that people do when they come home from war. And I was kind of on a path of self-destruction. And I had made this very stark decision that I was going to take a gun and drive to Table Rock Lake and go to the woods and shoot myself.
Jeez.
But I didn't have the balls to do it, so I stopped at a bar and decided I'd get drunk before I did it. And she was the bartender, and we kind of started talking and talked about maybe going on a date, and I figured I can hold this bullet off for a day. And we went out and have not been separated since. We've been together for almost 10 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Bro, you gave me chills and goosebumps up and down my neck when you told that story. That's unbelievable.
We now have a wonderful 6-year-old son. I have an amazing career. I own 3 companies, and she is the backbone on the backside of the companies, and I still have my struggles, but she always is there to gently support me and sometimes put a boot in my butt if I need it.
You got the right angel there.
I know. I hope after hearing this story, everything you just said, that you named your son JOHNJAY.
That was probably in her mind, but being a military man, her grandfather was in the invasion of Normandy, and he stayed in Germany all the way until they took whatever, Hitler's eagle's nest. And so I thought he was a hero to me, and so we named our son Henry after her grandfather.
That's a strong name.
I think that wins.
Well, how about we call Kelly and say happy birthday to her?
Do it. That would be great.
Yeah, wow, that is amazing, dude. I mean, there's such a powerful lesson in your story, What do they? Yeah, they say like one. What's that? It's a permanent solution. No, a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Mm-hmm. You know what they say?
Yeah. Well, 22 veterans take their lives every day, and I was hopefully that day it was only 21.
Yeah.
What's that, Kelly?
Huh?
Kelly.
Yeah.
It's JOHNJAY and Rich.
Hey, what's up?
Calling to say happy birthday. We missed your birthday yesterday.
Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome. I talk about you guys to my husband all the time. He gets tired of it.
Yeah, that's what he's on the phone. You just told us that.
Yeah, we're aware.
Oh, well, I guess it could be worse, right?
Yeah, he just told us your whole story. What a beautiful story.
Oh, well, thank you. It's been a rough road, but we've come out on top for sure.
Well, thank you both for being on our show, and thank you both for listening. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
This is one of the best happy birthday presents ever. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Dustin, this call is great, but you still got to take your girl out to dinner. Like, make sure that happens.
I actually took her out last night to the nicest steakhouse in Springfield. We had a wonderful conversation about our New Year's. And,
I love you guys.
Did you go to that? You go to that place where they throw the rolls at you? That steakhouse, or is that?
No, Lambert's is a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different experience. We're redneck. We're just not that redneck.
Well, listen, Dustin, thank you for your service. Kelly, you're awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great day. Happy birthday.
You too.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye.
I was in a sheer dress the day that we met.
JOHNJAY and Rich. We need a contestant. We're going to play a game, 877-937-1047. The prize tickets to see Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Actresses, movie stars, comedians. It should be fun. I'm sure it's improv and sketches and stuff like that. I don't know much about their stand-up routine together or Q&A or something. But call us right now, 877-937-1047. And speaking of TV shows, I finished Night Agent. Right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you satisfied with it as a whole?
Season 1 was great. Season 2 was literally terrible.
Oh,
it's
wow.
terrible. In fact, someone said to me, well, at least it ends with for there to be a season 3, and it does, but it's with characters I don't care about. I don't want to see.
You don't need a season 3 after the ending.
I don't know. I would give me a whole new storyline. Don't continue the storyline. It's so terrible. It's almost like these guys. Well, it is like these guys have these chemical. What do you call it?
Weapons?
Chemical weapons. And they've got 15 canisters, and they just walk into the UN and walk into their upstairs, their HVAC, and they start putting these canisters in the HVAC. Like, no problem, just getting there. You know what I mean?
I know. I
Like-
haven't been able to go back and rewatch. I think I made it to the 4th episode, and I just was like, it's really cheesy. I actually started watching The Recruit.
Oh, yeah. I was
And
looking forward to that.
That's season 2, and I kind of started watching it, and they give you a recap. And I know I watched the show, but I'm like, I kind of feel like I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I started it over because I couldn't remember a thing from watching that show.
I remember him getting together with some beautiful woman who had a kid. I remember the very opening scene was him peeing in the snow to Taylor Swift, singing Taylor Swift music. And then all these guys came with machine guns. And I remember it being a really good season. That's what I remember. But I haven't seen the recap yet. But I'm excited to see it. All right, we're going to play a game. Stephanie, hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Nick. What game we playing?
We're playing a game, guys. It's Tina Fey and Amy Poehler based. I call it Tina Fey and Amy Poehler trivia. Okay, so every one of these answers is either going to be Tina Fey or Amy Poehler. You get it? You get it right. You're going to hear this.
I want to go to there.
And if you get it wrong,
Welcome to the Battle Royale.
okay. Ready, guys?
Yep.
We're going to start with JOHNJAY. JOHNJAY, she was the first female head writer in SNL history.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey is correct. Way to go. One point on the board. Richard, she named the lead character that she herself played on 30 Rock after herself.
Tina Fey.
We were looking, in fact, for Tina Fey. Way to go, Rich. Rich on the board. JOHNJAY on the board. Returning to Peyton. Peyton, during the 2008 presidential campaign, she played one of the central figures on Saturday Night Live.
Amy Poehler.
Oh,
To the
Peyton.
Battle Royale.
I'm so sorry. We were actually looking for both. Tina Fey played Sarah Palin. Amy Poehler played Hillary Clinton. So
Oh, yeah.
you're really close, though. You
Okay.
were half right.
Okay.
You were half right. Thank you. Kyle. She started her career on Late Night with Conan O'Brien and once played Andy Richter's little sister who had a psychotic crush on Conan.
I'm not familiar with the Conan history.
Okay.
I'm
that's a good
going
start.
to guess Amy Poehler.
And you would guess correctly.
Ooh,
wow.
all right.
Good job, Kyle. All right. So everybody on the board thus far, except for Peyton.
I have a point, half a point.
We'll move on to Stephanie. Stephanie, once married to comedian Will Arnett, they have 2 children together named Archie and Abel.
Oh, good grief. I should know this. I'm going to say Amy Poehler.
And you would be correct. Good job, Stephanie.
Will Arnett in L.A. put his house for sale for $22 million.
Oh, my goodness.
And there's
that's
just
wild.
pictures of it. It's like, wow, what a house.
He's had a super long career. You wouldn't think of it. You know, he's not one of those guys you think of immediately.
Well, he sold his podcast for $100 million.
Just to be there. All right. JOHNJAY, we're going to start round 2 with you. In the fictional town of Pawnee, Indiana, her character Leslie Knope had an affinity for public service and a mini horse named Little Sebastian.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler's correct. Nope, Rich. Before her time at SNL, she went to Harvard and wrote for the satirical newspaper, The Harvard Lampoon.
Got to be Tina Fey.
Good job, Rich. 2 points this game. We'll move right over to Peyton. The NBC series that she starred in ran for 7 series, and she was nominated for multiple Emmys.
I'm going to say that's Amy Poehler in Parks and Rec.
Okay. We were looking for Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. The answer is both.
Okay.
For SNL and Parks and Recreation. So,
Okay. So half a point. So I have one full point.
Good try. No points this game.
Oh, I'm on the
Kyle. She holds the record for the female who's hosted SNL the most times.
That should also be Tina Fey. Should be.
Tina Fey is correct. 5-time host of SNL. Amy Poehler's hosted 4 times. In case you're wondering, trivia question there. Finally, Stephanie, let's go. She was half of the first all-female anchored Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, gosh. I'm going Tina Fey.
Okay, you could have guessed either one, because that would have been correct. They hosted together.
Okay.
Way to go.
Good job.
That's it.
You
She
win.
wins.
All right, you're going to go see Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Stephanie, hold on the line. Kyle's going to tell us 3 things we need to know. Coming up next with JOHNJAY and Rich.
Coffee in hand, earbuds on JOHNJAY and Rich.
You're up. Before we get to 3 things you need to know, Xavier, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Well, man, you called here. What's up?
Oh, I had a Super Bowl halftime theory.
Okay.
You guys. So you know how Kendrick Lamar and SZA is performing, right? And I don't know if you guys know over the weekend that Tyler, the Creator, was supposedly going to join them because of that whole music video with SZA coming out.
Yeah.
So I think that Taylor Swift actually might pop out instead of Tyler, the Creator.
That could be cool.
Because, because of what's it called, the Bad Blood remix that they have together. So I think that he might ask her for a favor, and then she might just pop out for that one song. It's a pretty good transition song, honestly. Bad Blood.
That's such a big show, though. It's not like you just pop on and do it. Like you'd think you'd hear about rehearsals
No
for the
way.
Super Bowl.
They would keep it secret.
And then if you're Taylor,
if you're going to bring out Taylor Swift as your surprise guest, they're keeping that secret. But I don't. I feel like it's not going to happen.
No, I don't. I think she wants to watch the game
would be
and be
great,
in her.
though.
It would be really cool for it to happen, but it's definitely not going to happen because when Kendrick Lamar put out that Bad Blood remix, literally half of his fans called him a sellout for doing that.
Here, if anybody pops up outside it says it'll be the weekend. That's
Yeah.
come on. There's a lot of hype right now. Real quick, we got time to do 3 things.
Do we?
Do one thing. Do one thing. I didn't want to not do it because I know how hard you work on it.
So the big Fire Aid benefit show that iHeart was actually a part of last month, they now have the tabulation of how much it brought in, and it was $100 million for the LA fire victims. I know. I saw that. I was like, that is so cool. And Peyton, I thought of you when I saw this. McDonald's just announced they're teaming up with Angel Reese for a special meal. Angel Reese's Superstar Special. It's going to be the first female athlete headlining a McDonald's meal.
Heck yeah, I love that. That's so cool. And that makes sense because I saw her tunnel walk during the Unrivaled and she was carrying a McDonald's Angel Reese bag. And I was like, something's going on, but I don't know what.
Yep.
Ooh,
and then
that's
when
exciting.
it comes to the halftime show, they put out a list of the most watched halftime shows ever. And I was thinking, it's got to be, like Beyonce or something like that. No. It happened in 1993, and the most watched Super Bowl halftime show ever was actually Michael Jackson.
Oh, that makes
That makes
sense.
sense, though.
Out of
right?
all of them, I would think, as the population increases, you would think the more current ones would be it. But
True.
yeah, that's what they're saying. That gives him the undisputed king of pop title.
That's worth a watch on YouTube if you're, wanting to relive that. I've never seen anybody just stand there and get a 2-minute standing ovation.
Remember, he popped out
one note.
everywhere.
Yeah.
He popped up on the top. He popped on the side.
Pretty killer show.
It's so weird how he did it.
And that's 3 things you need to know.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
Deciding on what to listen to is hard. Using Zumo to stream music from iHeart 90s Radio is easy. Or play iHeart Country or Hip Hop Beats. Your choice, all for free. Stream easy with Zumo Play. Get live and on-demand entertainment with no logins, no signups, no accounts, no hassle. This April, binge these classics. The Whole 9 Yards starring Bruce Willis and Matthew Perry. Adaptation with Nicolas Cage and Meryl Streep. And The Fisher King with Robin Williams. All streaming free on Zumo Play. Go to play.zumo.com now. Life is hard. Zumo is easy.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.